What is going on, guys? I'm Taylor Roberts, and welcome to my channel, and welcome to the first video in the Kylie Minogue Highlights Deep Dive series, where we will be exploring the biggest era of Kylie Minogue's career voted on by you. Before we get started, I just want to say make sure you subscribe, make sure you hit that bell button so you get notification of when new videos drop here on the channel. Hop on over to Instagram, give me a follow. We've also just wrapped up our Madonna deep dive, which is here on the channel, so make sure you go and check that out. If you're a Madonna fan and you want to check out, we went through her entire career. Crazy 2 years, but an awesome 2 years. So we've got Kylie's first debut album that we're going to listen to today, self-titled Kylie, as it should. I'm interested to see what kind of sound we're going to start off with. I really don't know too much about Kylie Minogue. I've never listened to any of her stuff. That's not true. I listened to a couple songs, and I think I listened to one album, but that was way back when I first started this channel and people were requesting it and everything. So I kind of have an idea, slight idea of what one album sounds like, and that's probably going to be an album we'll end up listening to again. But Kylie, first album, it's going to be interesting to see where we're going to start and where we're going to go throughout her career. But guys, without further ado, let's hop right into the album. Oh, okay, we hop right back into the 80s. We ride in the 80s. Let's go. Oh, yeah. Woo. Hey, this chorus, though. I'm loving the melody on it. I like the rise in octave we get. Hey, okay. Get that instrumental breakdown going on. Let's go. Hey, love the little riffing in the background. All right, yeah, this is straight ripped. This is straight 1984 sound for sure. I mean, the electronic drums, the electronic bass, that which is such a staple in this kind of music. Lyrically and melodically, the structure of her lyricism as well is very 80s pop structured. You hear a lot of it in a lot of the big songs in the 80s, obviously. It's kind of funny to see the difference on how lyrics and melodies are structured back then compared to how they are now. And and I believe that really is kind of the big separation between kind of the past 80s music and the new music now. Is when you feel like it's an 80s song, it's because of the structure, the melodic structure of the song itself. But I really love that it has that sort of mainstream 80s pop feel, but there's a lot going on in there vocally as well. We got a couple key changes in there. I said an octave change, but it's a key change. My bad. I was in the moment, you know. Don't be mad. And we got a lot of vocal effects going on, you know. We got obviously bigger in the chorus, which is normal, but even during the pre-chorus, you know, we got center voice and then we separate it out a little bit more and then it just gets completely big. So it just kind of grows, which I thought was really cool. And of course, the instrumental breakdown is nice just because it's nice to appreciate the music itself, you know? So great opener. I'm gonna heart this one. Boom. Hearted. Locomotion, let's do it. Oh. Oh my goodness gracious, what the hell?
Everybody's doing a brand new dance.
Oh! I know this one. Come on, baby, do the locomotion. I did not know this was Kylie. See, this is why I love these deep dives, man. Come on, baby, do the locomotion. Listen to the power in the bass line. Just chug it away like a locomotive. I like the little vocal chops we got going on here. See, this has happened many times before where I know a song and I've heard it before. Obviously, growing up, I mean, my dad was a DJ, so obviously there's a lot of songs from the 80s that I've heard. I just didn't know who it was or what until I actually hear it. So knowing this is a big song. A big song for a debut album. A fun song. Iconic song. I know it's an iconic song because I remember it from my childhood. But now I can place where it came from finally. So awesome. See, this is the fun thing about these deep dives for me is I discover music that I've known, but I didn't know. You know what I mean? That makes sense. But yeah. Locomotion, guys. Big dance song, I'm sure it was a banger in the clubs in '84. But I do want to point out locomotion, locomotive, right? Like a train. But like I've said before, that bass line that's just driving that doom, 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 doom. It's just pushing forward. It's just moving. It feels heavy like a locomotive, you know? It's chugging along. It's what's keeping the song going. It's what's giving it its power. And I really like that feel. And also we noticed the vocal doubling is very big in 80s music as well. I think that's another one of the things that kind of gives it that 80s edge is the vocal doubling in the verses. I mean, we get a little bit more vocal doubling nowadays as well, but not necessarily as much. So there you go. Locomotion. Je ne sais pas pourquoi. I'm pretty sure that's French, and I do not speak French. So let me heart Locomotion real quick. Boom. Hearted. 2 out of 2, baby. Moving on. Let's roll. Hey. Oh.
Rain falling down. Another minute passes by. I'll wait for
I love that delay on her voice.
but this time I won't cry.
Ooh.
Wondering why I still love you. Je ne sais pas pourquoi I still want you.
Harmony's beautiful.
Je ne sais pas pourquoi.
Oh. There we go. Let's play with the sonics a bit here. Doom, doom. Panning left and right. Oh, gorgeous.
I still love you. Je ne sais pas pourquoi.
Pourquoi? That's how you say it.
I still want.
I love how we get a little bit of elements of disco in here, especially in the lower end of the production. But I do want to say something about the harmonies. They feel very reminiscent of sort of like ABBA's harmonies. You know, ABBA's harmonies had such a certain quality that these are really sort of on par with those. I feel like it could have been ABBA helping out on the harmonies. You know what I mean?
It's no secret. It's no secret. No secret. It's no secret. It's no secret. It's no secret.
Okay.
It's no secret. It's no secret. That you were cheating. You were cheating
Oh,
on me.
shit.
But I was the last to know. Our love
Hey.
and it's no secret. It's no secret. Then I discovered.
Love how that synth leads to the next portion of the song.
Like you said you love me. Oh no. Why was I the last to know? Our love was a lie.
Oh,
And it's no secret. It's no secret. It's no secret. It's no secret. Because you told everybody.
damn. It's no secret because he told everybody. Oh,
And it's no secret. It's no secret. It's no secret. How you hurt me inside. And it's no secret.
who are you calling out in this song, Kylie? Who are you calling out? I want to point out the production in this song that I really, really liked is that there was little instrumental cues that are sort of like instrumental breadcrumbs because they kind of lead you into the next portion of the song, whether it's the verse or the pre-chorus or the chorus. There's something that just kind of dun 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 builds up, and it's usually in the keys. That I really like because it's like you're following, you're listening, and just like subconsciously you're kind of like following it, being like, oh, okay, moving on to the next section. You know, I don't know. I think for me at least, it added a little bit of a sort of I don't know, fun sort of anticipation, I guess, into what we were gonna get. Another thing I also noticed is I loved how we just got bigger and bigger and bigger until we reached that final minute of the final chorus and just exploded into the climax. That's what she said. And oh my god. Here we go with the corniness again. But for real, it's no secret that everybody told everyone that you were cheating. Why would you go and do that anyways? Why would you cheat on someone and then go tell everybody about it? I don't know, that's just my 2 cents. That guy wasn't very smart. Just saying. This is the worst cheater in the world. All right, got to be certain. Got to be certain that this is a banger.
You keep on asking me, why can't we be together? I keep saying, won't you wait a while? I'm only saying, won't you wait for me? I've got to
She's going off on this. Let's go. Belt it out.
I'm not asking for a love to last forever. I don't expect to get a guarantee. It's just that I believe lovers should stick together. I take that anymore. I've got to be certain. I've got to be so sure.
Got to be certain. Insecurity, heartbreak can do a lot of things to a person. I think it's kind of interesting. We got a little bit of a story. At least I'm crafting a little bit of story in my head with this track listing and looking at the rest of the track listing. It's kind of like I should be so lucky. It's like the opening, like, oh, if I could be with you, finally get with you, you know, the je ne sais pas pourquoi, however you say it. It's sort of like the, you know, I still love you. And then you go into It's No Secret, the cheating, the heartbreak. Now we're about to go back into the cycle again with Gotta Be Certain, found someone new, right? Turn it into love. I miss you. I still be loving you. Could there be a story crafting up here a bit? Hey. Boom, 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 boom.
Did you believe I'd let you
Oh.
down? Your jealous heart gave you the runaround. Let hate get in the way.
This is a vocal show-off song.
Turn it into love and open up your heart and you'll never
Oh my gosh.
if you turn it into love.
Woo! Let's go.
When all your other friends turn it into love and open up your heart.
Oh.
And you'll never feel ashamed if
Yeah, it's just going off vocally on this. I love it.
turn it into love.
Oh, I'm hearting this one.
Just turn it into love. Just turn it into love. Just turn it into love. Just turn it into love.
Oh, yes. Made some synth keys. It's like they're having a conversation with each other.
Into love.
Oh my gosh.
Just turn it into love. Turn it into love and open up your heart and you'll never feel ashamed if you turn it into love. Just turn it into love. Turn it into love and open up your heart and you'll never feel ashamed.
This is my favorite song on the album so far. I loved everything about it. I love the driving bass line. I love the vocal power we get on this. I love the chorus, the harmonies that we get. A lot of the music, especially in the 80s, when you're doing the harmonies, I mean, we've heard it here on this album as well, but you know, the harmonies are very much close in line with the lead vocal to give it that big amplified feel. But what I thought was unique here was that the harmonies are very pan wide left and right, and there's a very low volume compared to the lead vocal. So it's just, they're just sort of barely there, and it gives it this sort of, it just gives it this sort of tone and vibe where it's almost like it gives you a little bit of anxiety, a little bit, you know what I mean? Just because it's just kind of like a insecurity type thing. But yeah, my favorite song on there as well, and I love how she just went off vocally on the song. I think this is the first song on here where we've actually see like the difference and the range in her vocals that she can do. So kudos, turn it into love. Little keyboard stab. Bum, bum.
I read all your letters. Oh, said I miss you. Yeah, I miss you. They tell me I daydream, but all of my dreams are only you.
Ooh. Oh, okay. Oh my goodness gracious. The vocal style, the vocal effects we're getting in this. Yeah, a lot of these songs, you can tell were just sort of very, very much the sound of the time, for sure. Like I said, a lot of them have those distinct qualities that I think it makes 80s music so distinct in general. Nowadays, obviously, back then it was kind of like the thing. But I think every era of music kind of has that distinct sound where you listen to it and you go, oh, it takes me right back to that time, right? Especially this. And it's interesting. I can see sort of the similarities of Kylie and some of the other female artists in the 80s and sound-wise, where it almost feels like you could maybe some of these songs switch them in and out, and you would get pretty much the same thing. But I kind of expect that with somebody's debut album, the way the industry works and everything like that. It's sound like everybody have some qualities about you that stand out a bit and then transform into your own kind of thing, But yeah, I Miss You, I think is one of the first songs where it really just highlight was like, oh, this is a song that you could probably put any female artist from the 80s in, and it would sound exactly the same. Nothing wrong with that.
I'm seeing it your way, but do what you gotta do.
Whoa.
I hope you find someone who can love you
I like that guitar. Bum, 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 bum.
Since the day that I found you, I built my dreams all around you, and I believed you would never leave
That bass. It's like a tone in there. Her voice is so powerful on this chorus, man. She's belting these notes just so strong. Yeah, there's like some distinct things on there that were kind of making me go, "Whoa, that's a little interesting." Is that sort of wobble on the bass that we get there in certain times? There's a whoa sort of sound. It sticks out. When I first heard it, I was like, "Oh, whoa, what was that?" But then also in the pre-chorus when she's singing, you kind of expect her to go sing up, right? You expect the melody to go up, but instead she reverses it and she drops down. She goes down and then she just takes it half a tone up. And then so when you get into the chorus, it just explodes into this big thing. And it kind of catches you off guard at first because in my head, and when I'm listening, I'm always kind of expecting it for that buildup, but it drops down, which gives it that giant release when we hit that chorus. I think that's really, really great choice melodically. Hey. Okay. Boom, 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 boom.
I need you, but you never seem to notice me.
I love the little vocal ad-libs.
Maybe something's wrong with me, way that you want me to. When I see you, you bring out a special need in
Again,
me.
little instrumental elements just to kind of give a little bit more impact.
Hold you very close to me. I can't think of another who could make me feel the way you do. Who could make me so happy.
It feels like a little jazzy ragtime influence on the piano.
Show me that you want my love. Hold me, give me what
I love that.
You're the one that I long for. I'm just trying to give everything I have to you. Look my way, show me that you want me to. Look my way, I would give everything I have to you.
Everything I have to you. Whew. Yeah, I love in the production just the little added elements that kind of break things up from the main sort of instrumental melodic pattern that we're getting, that little synth keys that bum 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 that kind of come in there. But then it's not only just instrumental wise, but it's Kylie and her ad libs as well. Her sort of background ad libs of the humming, and we've gotten that in a couple other songs that really kind of stuck out to me. Because she kind of did it in a way that was a little bit experimental for the 80s, and the way that she used her voice for certain things, which I think is really, really cool. And I think maybe could possibly be something, hopefully, maybe she develops later on in her career and, uses it as a signature sound. That'd be cool. Fingers crossed. We'll find out, guys. Or I'll find out. Ooh.
Hey guys, you want to go to the beach? Yeah! Hi guys and gals, let's go to the beach. It's a party.
I would fall for a stranger. Never thought I'd be so naive. Tried explaining the stranger's behavior, but this never happened to me. Now I believe it can be.
I believe.
I believe in love at first sight, 'cause I'm sure it just happened to me.
Oh. I love that little
Ba 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 ba.
He told me he'd seen me before. I could not resist his advances. I knew I should see him some more. I wanted to tell him I loved him. I wanted to say it right then. Love at first sight. Believe in love at first sight. Believe in love at first sight.
again.
I just met the boy of all my dreams. He smiled at me from afar. Before I could think about leaving, he was holding me in his arms. Now I believe in love at first sight. Now I believe in love at first sight. Now I believe it can be. Yes.
Oh man, found the new love again. I'm telling you guys, I feel like this album is a cycle. You know, we start off, it's exploring her relationships. You know, get into a relationship. He's cheating, brokenhearted, finds someone else. You know, doesn't work out. The second half of the album. Then here we go again. We end it with her finding love at first sight again. And then will we bounce back up to number one and repeat the pattern? You know, I don't know. I don't know if her relationship's a routine, but it definitely seems to be here in the track listing. I don't even know if there's a story here or there was supposed to be a story here, but I interpreted it as a story. So yeah, I want to know your guys' interpretations down in the comments. Of course, put them down there. But really, really great debut album. Obviously, 1984. Very, very, very 80s. Very iconic 80s sound. And a lot of the production. But there, like I said, there are a lot of little things in there that I feel like she sort of set her apart that she did either vocally or melodically in her songs, those things are the harmonies. Again, I feel like she experimented with the harmonies a bit to not make them so tight with the lead vocal, but give it some space and give it some, feels like a grander size a bit. And then the ad libs as well that she used, the vocal chops and what was it? I think it was I Miss You. And then the panning of the left and right. Like that was, there's little key elements in there listening that I'm like, okay, like I can see the kind of things that will kind of define her. I don't know if these are going to carry on over into her next albums and that start to define her sound, but I think it's really interesting to see, you know, with this album especially, where we're starting. And then I get to kind of figure out where it goes and how she ends up distinguishing herself as this artist. But yeah, great little album. Again, Locomotion. I heard that so many times, never knew it was her. So that's awesome to finally figure that mystery out. But yeah, my favorite song for sure is Turn It Into Love on this album. But still, I Should Be So Lucky was great. The Locomotion obviously was great. It's No Secret was great. Turn It Into Love, favorite. I think the only one that really kind of was a miss for me was I Miss You. Just because I do feel like that one was so sort of manufactured 80s. Like I said, it felt like you could pretty much pick any female artist from the 80s, throw them vocally on that track, and it sounded exactly the same. But yeah, guys, I'm excited to explore more and see where this is going to go and how she's going to evolve as an artist to now. So let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments, guys, what you like, what you dislike about the album. Remember to make sure to subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell button to get notification of when new videos drop here on this channel. If you would like to vote on the albums for this deep dive, there is a Patreon link down in the description where you'll get access to all of our bonus and unreleased stuff from past deep dives like Madonna, Lady Gaga, some unreleased albums from artists, but also you'll get access to the poll to be able to vote on these albums for the deep dive. $5 helps support me be able to do these deep dives and spread the word of Kylie to the internets for those who don't know who she is or never thought about listening to her before, if that makes sense. I'm like a music prophet. Oh, God. Anyways, guys, thank you again for watching. I truly appreciate it. And until next time, take care, stay safe, and I'll see you then.